27, baby is as big as a head of lettuce. Baby is practicing inhaling and exhaling with his or her rapidly developing lungs. It's official, baby is showing brain activity, and the brain will keep getting more complex. Baby is measuring 13.6 to 14.8 inches long and is about 1.5 to 2.5 pounds. My body at 27 weeks, leg cramps, back aches, constipation, hemorrhoids, skin, hair, and nail changes, and snizzing, peeing when you sneeze. Week 27 still hasn't been much different than other weeks. I've felt pretty good. I still have my hip pain. I do sneeze when I pee. My boobs are leaking. You know, the normal stuff that I've been talking about. I still don't have any food cravings, food aversions. I don't feel sick or nauseated at all. One thing that did happen though in week 27 is I did experience my first true contraction, which was slightly worrisome. I did have a doctor's appointment the next day, so I wasn't too concerned about it because I know the doctor could check everything out. When I got to the doctor, I explained what had happened, and what it felt like was a tightening of my uterus from the front to the back and around my sides. And then on my left side, it just felt like somebody was beating my back with like a meat tenderizer. I mean, it hurt, but it wasn't like unbearable. So I kind of tried to move around. I laid down, I rolled over in different positions, I tried to stand on my hand and knees, all that stuff, and nothing made it stop. So whenever I talked to my doctor, they did confirm that I had a real contraction, and they believe about 30 minutes later I had another one as well. So because of that, I did have to have my cervix checked, and I had a couple of other tests run, and so far everything has come back okay. There's not a whole lot to worry about yet, but I do have to keep an eye on it, and if I get more than 4 contractions in an hour, I do need to go to labor and delivery to either try to stop them or see what's going on with that. I have not taken my glucose tolerance test yet, and if you watch the daily vlogs or you watched last week's video, you will know that when I got to the hospital to take the test, they only had the options of orange or red dyed liquids. Like it was high C and orange basically, fruit punch and orange. And I'm allergic to red dye, so I could not have either one of them. So they basically sent me home saying, we don't know what to tell you, you can't take it. Like they didn't even try to help me really. So I called my doctor, and I also called around town, and I couldn't find any places that had the lemon lime or the clear liquid. They said it was so gross that most people throw it up, so they don't even offer it. However, after my mom wrote in a message to the hospital, like kind of, she didn't really file a complaint, but it was more like a suggestion from their website or whatever. You send them an email for suggestions, and she sent that in, and I talked to the doctor, and they were able to order in the lemon lime, which came in I believe 2 days ago. So on the Saturday of my 28th week, I will be getting my glucose test done. They ordered a ton of it, so if it runs out before then, we've got a problem. This week I feel like I turned into a fat lard all of a sudden. Like I really wasn't thinking a whole lot about it, but whenever I was just recording the intro video of my belly and I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is getting really big, which is not a problem. I'm not complaining about it in any way at all. It just feels like all of a sudden everything's just really starting to blow up. At my last doctor's appointment about 4 weeks ago, my belly from the bottom of my uterus to the top of my uterus measured 22 inches, and yesterday when I went to the doctor it measured 26 inches. So I have grown an inch a week, which I believe is good. I think you're supposed to measure about the same amount of weeks that you are, so I might be 1 inch under, but I think I read online somewhere that unless it's like 2 or 3 inches off, they're not really concerned. And they didn't say anything about it. They said that was good. I've gained about 12 pounds now, which they have not really said is good or bad. They really haven't told me much about weight at all. They haven't said you need to gain this much weight or you need to lose this much weight. They really have not talked to me about that at all. And I know it's really not that big of a thing anymore. It used to be like a huge deal that you had to gain so much weight, and now I know, I guess it's just not as important anymore. Like it's still important, but it's not like as important as they once thought. Danny and I did go to birth class, which was fun. I'm not sure if I've talked about that yet, but if I haven't, or if I have, you're gonna hear it again. So we did go to the birthing class, and a lot of the information was stuff that I was already aware of. such as different stages of labor, what happens during them, different types of pain management. I've read so many books and I've seen so many videos that I've kind of already know a lot of the stuff in my head. However, Danny did not know the whole process, and I don't expect much men to know the entire process of what is happening to our bodies. It's not happening to their body, it's happening to our bodies. And until they get there, I don't think most of them really know exactly what to expect. So the really, really good thing is they went into great detail about every single step that's going to happen to my body before I even get to the hospital, like starting now, basically, several weeks before you go into labor until the baby is born and you leave the hospital. They went through every single little detail, and we got a booklet with information, and we got stuff about car seats and about breastfeeding and pain management, and we just got so much information. And it was really, really good for him to see all of that, and he really enjoyed it because it made him feel a lot better that he knew what was expected of him and what he needed to do on his end, because he knows that, you know, I'll be in pain, I'm going to be pushing a baby out, but he was really like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do other than stand there and try to help you. So now he really understands all the different procedures, all the different processes, and the order that everything is going to go in, and he feels a lot better about everything, which is just awesome. I started packing a little bit more in my hospital bag. I really just have toiletries like soap, shampoo, stuff like that, chapstick, I don't know. And then I put in $10 worth of quarters for the vending machine in case anybody wants to get snacks while we're there. I don't really have anything else in it, but I know what I want to put in it, so eventually I should probably start doing that. Another thing I did is I did book a photo shoot for maternity pictures, and I'm actually not sure if Danny's able to make that yet. That's really bad. But I did pick a day and we scheduled it, and I'm going to sign the contract soon and everything, but we just, hopefully Danny can get off work for it. It'll be in the evening on a Wednesday night, so I'm just hoping that he's able to make that. I'm really excited about them. I'm using the photographer that my best friend used for her wedding, and then her sister also used them for maternity pictures, and they've turned out really well so far, the ones that I've seen. They've been really nice. The photographer is awesome, so hopefully it all turns out well, and I hope I can actually make my appointment because that would be bad. But I've had really bad luck with photographers. They're not getting back to me. Like, some of them have taken up to 2 months to return my call or return my email, and if you're supposed to do photography of a newborn baby within 10 days after they're born, and it takes you 2 or 3 months to get back to me, pretty sure you're probably not going to make it to take pictures of my baby. So I'm just not, I don't think I'm going to do any of those. I don't want to sign the contract. I don't want to give them my money and then find out that they're just not going to show up and I'm not going to get my pictures. Although they're all very reliable and, you know, I've talked to all of them and everything, I don't know. I think it's just more beneficial to have my sister take them. She's very good at photography. I know what I want. She knows what I want. And we can just kind of work together to get there. And it's not on a schedule. So she could come over 3 days a week and take a bunch of pictures instead of coming over here for an hour and hoping that the baby cooperates. So I think that's probably a better option, because the only other photographer that I found that can do the newborn pictures that I'm thinking of and that I want and in my time frame and on my schedule wants like $600 for it, and to me that's just kind of outrageous when my sister could just do them for me. So I'm crossing my fingers that that all works out, but we'll see. Other than that, I think that is really about it for week 27. Like I said, I still feel great. I don't have very many symptoms other than the little silly ones that I have that I just laugh at myself for. So I don't know, I have 1 week left of the second trimester. How scary is that? That's terrifying. You know, I could be induced at 36 weeks due to high blood pressure. I mean, that's 9 weeks from now. That's scary. That's really, really scary. I don't even have a dresser. I don't have a changing table. I have a crib and a rocker, and that's it, and a hamper. There's a hamper behind the camera that you can't see. And that's it. That's all I've got. I don't know. It's scary. It's like the baby is so close to being here, but yet there's so much to do and so much to learn, and I don't know. So I guess we'll just take it as it comes and everything will be okay. So I will see you next week when we are in week 28 and starting the 3rd trimester. That is crazy. I will see you next time. Bye!